we're in. Anybody looking at this saying, we may not get in?
Recording stopped.
But I'm saying they were taking teams that we had beaten, and they were like, you start looking around like everybody was so confident we were in. I'm like, hey. But the whole point was get in. It's first year, getting things established, struggling early. And my teams have struggled early in the past, but not like that, because we hadn't played in the league like that. And where schedule will dictate some of it. But to stick together, to be in dark places yet overcome, to understand the battle that you have is with yourself. The life lessons that these kids take from this, is really, really good. And to be able to say, all right, we're in the tournament. Hard road. It may be the hardest, but so what? We're in.
Obviously, it's Kansas first up for you guys, but you've already seen them for the exhibition. Just do they do anything differently now?
I haven't watched that much, but I've coached against Bill a bunch, and him the same. We know each other pretty well. The big kid didn't play. He did not play here, so they're a different team with him, and we're gonna have to have a heck of a game, and we're gonna have to play well. It was funny. They came up to me yesterday about Boogie, that he had good workouts and he's going to be able to practice. And they called the doctor, and the doctor said if he thinks he can go, let him get through practice, and I'm good. He wants to play. The greatest piece of it was Boogie saying to me, I don't want to screw them up. I just want to help. And I said, well, you may play 10 to 15 minutes, but so what? He said, I'd be good. And I said, we may need you more. I don't know. But then I grabbed the team and said, it's not really changing anybody's role or what's going on. We just have an eighth man. So instead of having 7, having foul trouble, or having 2 or 3 guys not play well, which is normal stuff, now you have a little bit of breathing room.
Just getting Boogie back, obviously, how do you kind of go about making sure that it doesn't affect any of the chemistry that you've built? And also, you mentioned a little bit, but just to have that extra body helping something.
Well, the first piece is, we did some stuff today and how I'm going to play him. The reality of it is, I think we'll play him in a way he's most comfortable playing, so he could be aggressive and loose and free and not have all the stuff on his shoulders. And I told him, you just got to be aggressive and play. You know how we're playing. We're playing fast. At times we're grinding it. You're watching, you're here. So do you understand why I got my shades up on my windows all the time now?
You obviously built a roster this offseason with a mind on the NCAA tournament, older, more defensive, maybe. At least that's what you told us before you got the season started. How pleased are you with the progress from the beginning of the season to the end, maybe in terms of this team and where you wanted to be?
Well, the biggest thing you can't plan for is injuries. The stuff that happened to Jonas, where he was out 4 months, where he had to have an operation. The stuff that happened to Nelly, falling out of a golf cart, being out that amount of time, and then all of a sudden Adu, and then all of a sudden Boogie, and your 2 leading scorers are out. You can't predict all that stuff. But you say about us being older, you do know we're the youngest team in the SEC. We are the youngest team in the SEC. Yeah, for me, we're older from some of my past teams, but we're still a young team. So, and we defend. We do all that. We just have spells where we don't make baskets.
How valuable will Jonas and John L be right now?
Big. Yeah, because they've been in there and they've won games.
You mentioned you and Bill have faced a lot and are really good friends. They've had struggles this year just like y'all. Have you talked to them throughout the season about those? And you talked to them?
I didn't. I'm going to be honest because I wasn't following. like their struggles. I had my own struggles. So I wasn't following college basketball. I was following my individual players and what we had to do. So there was a point they lost a game, and I was like, wow. And then I saw their record. I said, what in the world? And he's probably not following us. And then seeing we were 0-5, saying, what in the world? But, you know, we have ties, and, you know, he won a national championship against me. I won a national championship against him. You know, we've played. He's beaten us in Rupp. We've beaten him in Allen. You know, I don't know if we'll play an exhibition game. We got them in an exhibition game. If we go out there, they'll probably get us. I mean, it's, you know, we've done this at a level for a long, long time, both of us. And, you know, I hate to play people that are friends or that I know well, but, you know, when you're in this thing, you're just, who are we playing? All right, let's see what we have to do to try to win.
And with Boogie, what all has he been able to do? Like, has he been able to be, obviously he's at the games and around the team. How much has he been able to do in practice? Maybe not full speed, does he?
Today, he practiced the whole practice. So he was doing individual work, did full workouts that way. Practice today, we'll practice tomorrow, we'll practice Tuesday, practice Wednesday, play on Thursday. You know, if you ask me, will he play more than 15 minutes? I don't know. Maybe less. But I know he's talented. And, you know, for our team, come in and defend and rebound, make easy plays, fly up and down the court, make the plays, and be who you are. And that will help us.
Coach, you talked about Boogie. This is also Billy Richmond, probably not his first taste of March Madness. What's the message to you guys? Just kind of getting ready for
Stay in the moment. Stay in your little pod. Don't watch other games. They mean nothing. You worry about who you're playing, and all of a sudden you go, they lost. So you might as well not worry. Just stay in the moment. Stay together. Be together. Be locked in with what we're doing. You know, so that'll be the message. Billy plays so fearless. Now, some of that ends up being turnovers. But the other things he does by making plays, I got to let that go some. You know, you just have to let him make some mistakes.
We went through your accolades at the beginning. You've been, you know, as a 1 season, 2 season, anytime. I guess, has this season struggled maybe giving you a new perspective on just how difficult it is to get these points?
No, I've always been the underdog until the last 15 years. But I'd always been the underdog. Now, we'd taken those teams and gotten high seeds, but even as a high seed, they'd say they'll get upset. They won't win. I was raised as the underdog, us against everybody. And so it was kind of nice this year to get back to my roots of we're underdogs. You know, and we were playing games where we're 14-point dogs and we had to go win, and we did. So, but you do that with defense, with toughness, with guys attacking the basket, making free throws, rebounding tough rebounds, all those kind of things. Shot blocking. One of the things that we have an advantage on is we block shots. Makes you a better defensive team.
You talked a lot about just how gratifying this season's been for you. Just
Rewarding. Really rewarding.
coaching this team, just how happy is it for you that you guys have been, I guess, rewarded with this tournament?
I'm happy for the players. I mean, their sacrifice, you want it to be rewarded. Hard work, you want it to be rewarded. It's not always rewarded. And it's, in most cases, not rewarded on their time. They think they put in a good week, okay, everything should change. Maybe 2 months until it really kicks in. there were other teams that worked really hard and got better and got left out. And some would say it wasn't right. How could we be left out and they get in? And so we're not in that mode. Our thing is we're in. You deserved it. Now take advantage of it. You got a tough road. We'll be an underdog every game we play. Tough road, but so what? We've been there most of this year.
Looking back on this season, you guys really turned a corner after the road win at Kentucky. I know that was an emotional night. Can you look with a little perspective now, just kind of feel how much that night played into you guys turning it and making it to the NCAA tournament?
I think we won 6 of 7 the end of the season. And then we lost that Mississippi game. I think I'm right, but I may be off a little bit. I know we were 7-4 after that start. And that game, they went in with a mission. They were going to win that game. It wasn't what I said. I didn't make it a revenge game. I didn't play it up. I hate these. I didn't. I just said, let's worry about us. Let's be our best and see what that means. But these kids were like, we're not losing that game. And that's how they played the game. And they learned if we play that way, we can beat anybody. And if we do some of the things that we've been doing that we beat ourselves, you can lose to anybody. But then you follow it up. You verify the win with the win at Texas. And you get them down 20. And then you start thinking, what are we? So we're capable. We really are. And it's just going to take – they were great in practice today. Terrific. I mean, there was a spirit about them. They were talking to one another. I don't know if they thought they were in until we sat through the whole thing and we were the last teams and there were teams in our league that we finished higher than that got better seeds. So they start like, maybe we didn't get in. And then we pulled that 10, which I was just happy we were in. I mean, so no, they're doing all the right stuff. And that doesn't guarantee that you win, but the other guarantees you lose. So they're doing all the right things.
Two-part question about Jonas. What's been the key to his recent stretch of good play? And then also, he has had some foul trouble in this stretch. What's the key to avoiding that?
Well, he's gotten healthy. I told him, quit looking at your foot. You get into a habit, running, you look down. Stop it. And I want to see you dunk a ball. I can't remember the game where he didn't dunk. And I said, are you crazy? And he dunked 4 in a game. I'm like, I didn't see you dunk all year. So part of it, I think, was him being confident that he was healed. And that's normal with an injury. You get confident and all of a sudden you're doing stuff that we expected all year. But he was out 4 months. He was out 4 months. So the battle he had was with himself too. He's telling me I'm doing the same thing I've always done. Now, there are a couple that I see him do that and then do that. Those are fouls. But he's saying there's a car crash and it's the guy's coming and lowering and you're standing there and you leave your feet and them hitting you causes you to come down a little bit. As long as they're calling them for us, I am fine. Just does not matter to me. If you want to call that, when my guy goes in and has no chance of making it, but throws his body in and throws a ball, and their big goes like that because he got hit in the chest, and you call that a foul, I'm good. Call a foul on both ends. So that, I've said it all along. Whatever you call. Just the same. And don't tell me, well, that wasn't the same play. Don't tell me that. It was the same play. Make the same call. Why didn't make it? It doesn't matter. You're on a crew. Are you watching the game as a crew? Just make all the calls the same, and I'm good. Same with him. When he was doing it, I said, okay, you fouled him out. Now make sure that they foul out.
You mentioned seeing teams that you've beaten getting higher seeds and obviously being the last at-large selection.
Were we the best? Were we the last at-large? Well, we were the last that was announced.
The last at-large selection.
I was worried. I was worried all day. And I kept saying, why worry? If we're out, we're out. But, you know, my staff, we're fine. If those teams, we beat them all, we beat them twice. And if they're in, we're in. And then all of a sudden they're all, you know, and you're like, wait a minute, what is happening here? But like I said, this is like my old days. I'm happy we're in. Let's go play. I mean, there are other times where I'm like, why would you put us there? Why would you put us in this when we've done this? This year, my first year, trying to establish what we are and what we're about. We're in the NCAA tournament with a chance to advance.
You mentioned that you won't tell the players you think that winning every time in Stanley Bubble, but you have some obviously the players right on time.
Yeah, but you stay, again, how many years have I done this? How many have I been in? 24? 34 or 24?
24 turns.
Okay. So what you do is there's a little pod, because there's all these out there, okay? None of those matter to me. Only this little pod we're in of these 4 teams. And the reality of it is right now it's one team. And don't watch other games because you get anxiety, or let's watch them because we may play them, and then they get beat. Why waste your time? Worry about your little pod, that little corner, the very last one announced. That's all we got to worry about. That's what I tell the players.
What do you think you would have thought a decade ago seeing 14 SEC teams get in?
Oh, never. No. We were getting 3, and I was begging. We were getting 4, and I said we needed 8. Total lie. Total lie. I just said stuff because I'm like, what? And us in Florida went and we're in the Final Four one year. Billy had that team, and I had I think that's the year I started 5 freshmen. And so, but the reality of it is, no. Are you kidding? If you told me 10 SEC, how many got in last year? But we didn't have 16. We only had 14 teams, right? I mean, but when you talk about 14, the most ever had been 11 in the Big East when they were like ridiculous and everybody said they deserved 11. But for us to have that many, it just shows what this league is right now. Senior oriented, a lot of older players. So, you know, you're talking a bunch of seniors will be gone. So, but I'll tell you what, you're playing against some veteran, just bearded, older, gray-haired. We played, they play, and they fight, and they're not afraid. And it was teams going, they were slugfests. That's why it's a great thing about this league. You had your chances. You just have to take care of business. You played the same teams. Take care. You don't have to win them all. Can't lose them all like we almost did. We were 0-5. I'm looking at 0-19. God, we beat somebody, and I knew that wasn't happening.
Earlier, I think you said earlier you didn't know until yesterday that Bogey was going to be able to
Yeah,
get back.
did not know.
Any hope at all along the way, or did you think he was going to
Well,
the season?
no, because when you get hurt and I'm coaching you, I basically forget your name. So if you're not part of the group playing, like I would say, hey, Boogie, good to see you. I never asked him a question. I never talked to him. Trainer came up yesterday and said, he's going through these workouts. He's going to practice tomorrow. We talked to the doc. I said, well, then let's put it out that there's a chance he will play this weekend. I didn't do it I thought we were in too. I mean, they weren't going to change our seed because Boogie was going to play. But, you know, let him know. Let the country know. Not this week. Like he didn't practice today. But not this week. But if we advance, we'll see.